Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. And since I get to walk from the bells over here, I get to good morning you a whole bunch. I'm Reverend Tress Phillips. Welcome to Red Deer Center for Spiritual Living. Give yourself a big hug. You came through those doors. You were brave. You came here to look at my face. Oh boy, you are brave people. But you're here on a journey of becoming. And that is December's theme, Journey of Becoming. So we have a few announcements. Today's December the 12th. And our announcement is, you'll notice as you come in by the window, we do have a donation box, and it is for the Christmas Bureau, and we take unwrapped toys, pajamas, mitts, toques, even adult things we accept. So, but this week's the week they're going to pick it up. So this is the last Sunday, and we'll be here tomorrow morning, my husband and I, and Tuesday morning, and they'll be picking it up this week. So I want to thank everybody who volunteered for the bingos. So thank you so much. And we also have another announcement this Friday, right here at the center and on the live stream. And good morning to everybody on the live stream or whatever time of day you are watching. This Friday, the 17th at 7 p.m., we are going to have a candlelight service. It's a beautiful service, and if you wish, you may attend. We'd love to have you. 7 p.m. Yeah. Okay. Now, we have for the children, and we have children here, but they're all off having fun, so good for them. But the word is humility for the children. When you are humble, you do not consider yourself more important than other people. You think other people's needs are important. You do not criticize others. You do not criticize or shame yourself either. Those are pretty good words, I think. So our affirmation is, I am a little God light. So if you will, repeat with me, I am a little God light. And I just see that Mama Lou is coming across. Oh, she's poking her head in. And it looks like she's got an idea for the children today, because she has a few children following behind her. So it'll be a great day for the children today. Now, if you will join with me in our opening affirmation, which is on your sheet, in your bulletin, please repeat with me. With an open heart, I enter into this experience called Christmas. I rejoice in it all, friends, family, giving and receiving. Most of all, I acknowledge the gift of Spirit as my innermost truth and make the choice to live the wonder of that gift, and so it is. And I also like to mention that we have our Science of Mind magazine, and it's right outside the doors there. It's $5, and it is a monthly magazine, and it is full of so many wonderful daily guides as well as other writings, and most of the writing is from Dr. Ernest Holmes. So, there's somebody here that's wearing the best shoes I think I've ever seen in my whole life. And I think that this reverend got a hold of the reverend with the purple hair, and I won't mention anybody, but there they are giggling away over there, because one has the bling jacket and one has the bling shoes. Reverend Joanne, would you like to join me?
I would.
Notice the shoes. Now, this is the journey of becoming, but those shoes tell your title already. The Joy of Becoming, Reverend Joanne Boruck. Here we go.
Welcome, everybody. I had to go grab my handy dandy notebook, as Blues Clues would say. Good morning, everybody. I'm Reverend Joanne Faith Boruck, and I'm humbled and honored. Tell me how that sounds. Is it too? I noticed I was pretty loud. I'm humbled and honored to be here this morning to share my message of peace and stillness as we investigate the discovery of the joy of becoming ... When they sent me that title, it was the joy of becoming ... And I said, where's the answer to that? Oh, there is no answer. We all create our own answer. So in this moment, I just invite you to join me in a greater knowing as I speak these words for myself, knowing that we are all one. And all those who see this as their truth on their path, they recognize the words I speak are for our one consciousness. As collectively we affirm and know there is only one. There is one power, presence, peace, creator, divinity I call God. This divinity flows in, around, and through me as me. I am power. I am peace. I am presence and creative divinity in expression. In this truth, there lies the comfort and assurance that my life has a purpose, that my presence is welcomed by all, and my creativity is accepted with openness and kindness. I express myself honestly and confidently at this blessed time of year. The celebration of life and light lifts me up, and I glow in love. I remember at the core of my soul this month, this solstice, this birth, all represent the joy of becoming. I step aside and allow expectation to pass me by. I am free. I am free to become. With great gratitude for this teaching, this center, these ministers, this life, and the truth of my word. I know it is spoken and manifesting for us all. And I release my words into the law of mind, knowing they are returned to me, multiplied, completely whole, as together we affirm. And so it is. Well, that definitely opened me up in body, mind, and spirit. And I just once again have to say how blessed I feel to be here today, to share my vision and just tell you how much this philosophy has changed my life. I was on a cruise with my sisters, and so I really had a lot of opportunity to practice this philosophy. I had a lot of choice too. I had a choice to see why they call this the science of mind and spirit. And I chose to revert to that title. Ernest Holmes used this title, the science of mind and spirit, at one point. And I really like it, and it really resonates better with me. One thing that he taught, he says, it's simple to live by the power of the affirmative prayer. And now he did not say it was easy. He just said it's simple. And it's simple simply because it's simple. You just have to change your mind. And we're taught it's simple to change your thinking, change your life. One word can change the whole vibration of your day, of your energy, of the people in your life, a thought or an experience. You know, our minds are so remarkable, and they can't experience two emotions at the same time. They can only experience love and joy. And when you're experiencing love, there is no way you can let fear in. There's just no room for it. And if you just try it, just keep thinking love, love, love. That word, F-E-A-R, it's completely gone, and it's amazing but true. And I want to tell you a story about how even the pronunciation of a phrase can change all the intention behind it. So I was telling you I was away on a holiday, and of course in the States there's no Canadian news. So I was looking at CNN. They bring up these little captions on your phone, and one of them said, "The power of the science of mind." And the next line said reading. And I was just reading the Science of Mind magazine, and I'm glad Tress mentioned that it's filled with Ernest Holmes' wisdom now. And so I was reading it, and I was thinking, oh my gosh, how amazing the world truly is getting it, is understanding that the science of mind is the way to find peace and harmony in our world. And that through our own consciousness, we can raise the consciousness of the collective humanity to a place of deep understanding. And I just couldn't wait to read the column. And so, you know, first I had to download the app, the CNN app, and I was just filled with anticipation. The power of the science of mind reading. So I opened the column, and I was filled with joy, only to discover I read what I wanted to in that column, in that title, because the title really was The Power of the Science of Mind Reading. Totally different than what I expected. And I just had to laugh at myself. It really just showed me that I can see what I want in something. So this week, the joy of becoming ... really does open the whole universe. It opens us to removing expectation and allowing divine power to enter into us. And truly, when I read that, the power of the science of mind reading, I felt divine had stepped into me and said, that's what you need to know. You need to know, you need to read more. And you need to promote the Science of Mind magazine that's changed. So that's just one example that I want to focus on when I think about the power of becoming ... You get to fill in the ... So this is such a magical day for me, being up here, and also that it's 12/12/2021. And, you know, if you ever read anything about numerology, it translates to 1-1. And 1-1 translates to as above, so below. to me translates into heaven and earth. So that's not part of the talk, but it was really interesting. This is also Advent. And when you look in Wikipedia or the dictionary, I like to look up and see what those words, how they explain those to the rest of the world. So Advent is called the coming or becoming. So the journey of becoming is really the Advent. It's moving towards something. It represents the Sunday leading up to Christmas and the solstice. And Advent, I talked about on my Monday motivations. The Advent is represented by 4 Sundays that represent hope, peace, love, and joy. This is the Sunday of peace and stillness, which is the message within my message today, that this is the time to give yourself time to sit in stillness, to reflect on the year it's been. And boy, I can tell you, I know it's been a challenging one. And we can focus on that if we want. We can focus on how challenging that is, or we can change how we inflect our words on that. For example, you could say, this year really taught me something. Or, this year was a year for learning. And I can't wait to see the light. Or you could say, I can't wait for this year to be over. Or you can say, I welcome the light. I welcome this new year and all the experience that come with it. And last but not least, you could be saying, how can I possibly buy all those gifts? You can rethink that to, I am already a gift. And I can give of myself freely and clearly with my talents and blessings. Like I said, the mind can only focus on one thing, so let's focus on some affirmative thoughts. You know, another example for me when I was thinking about, what do we call that, Reverend Judy? When we change a thought, do we call that? There's a word for it. And demonstrate. I had it in my mind, you know. I can't even blame it on anything except my mind's so full of all the things I want to say. But I'm going to keep going. Because the one thing that came to me was the prayer of St. Francis. Change your life? Maybe. I think I was thinking about mental equivalent. That, you know, you can change a word into something that's positive, and we look at, if you want to experience something else in this teaching, take a course to begin with. And the other thing is, what are you experiencing, and what is the mental equivalent that you want to experience? So, as we embrace the joy of becoming, I was thinking about this prayer of St. Francis. And so I'd like to just invite everybody here and everybody online, wherever you are in your journey, wherever you are at home, to just close your eyes and let me remind you of these words from the prayer of St. Francis. Make me a channel of thy peace. Where there's hatred, I bring love. That where there is wrong, I may bring the spirit of forgiveness. That where there is discord, I bring harmony. That where there is error, I bring truth. That where there is doubt, I bring faith. That where there is despair, I bring hope. That where there are shadows, I bring light. That where there is sadness, I bring joy. Lord, grant that I may seek rather to comfort than to be comforted, to understand than to be understood, to love than to be loved. For it is in self-forgetting that one finds, and it is in forgiving that one is forgiven. and it is by dying that we are awakened to eternal life. And that's just one of the many, many translations you'll find of that. I chose that one because it really talked about what can I do? What can I bring? Because I already am it. So the joy of becoming is a precursor to the new year approaching, to the new light appearing, to the celebration of the greatest teacher of our time, of all times, Jesus. It's a time for reflection on so many of us. The journey of this year comes to an end, but it's simply the beginning of another journey, another cycle and another year, and at each solstice, they say that solstice is 3 days before and 3 days after. So at each solstice, there's a stillness, a few days pause before the beginning of light. And this is a time for each of us to take that time, those 3 days before and 3 days after, if you need 6, 9, 12. Take this time of December, this time of quietness and love and beauty, to sit with yourselves and just listen to that still small voice within and give yourself over to the mystery. So the journey is joyful expectation of knowing that we stand on the shoulders that those came before us, whether it's our parents, our grandparents, for generations and generations back to the beginning of time, biblical time, whatever you are celebrating right now. You're standing on the shoulders of other people, and you're here to help them fulfill their dreams. We are their dreams fulfilled. There's only one thing that's ever happening, and that's expression of the self. In this moment, Moses in the burning bush, when he was told, I am, he introduced himself as I am. Do you know that translates into I am becoming? And the becoming is the fullness of Creator all around us, waiting for us to recognize it. There's sure a lot of shadows right now, a lot of curtains, a lot of things blocking us from our spirit. And it just means you gotta dig in. You gotta look farther. You gotta look harder. You gotta change your thinking and change your life. Because we only have this moment. And maybe that's what the joy of becoming is. I am becoming this moment. It's the end of the solar cycle, and it's just the beginning of another solar cycle. And after a pause, we can be ready to plunge into the next year, the next cycle of growth, and of course, the coming of light. But for now, let's pause. And sitting in that pause is an opportunity to listen, to reflect, to that same small voice inside that says, be still and know. Be still and know. I am God. Ernest Holmes says in page 369, let us learn to be still and let the truth speak through us, to be still and know that the inner light shines. Michael Beckwith says, all of your experiences are the result of your own self-contemplation. Be still and know. Eckhart Tolle says, in holy waiting, all your attention is in the now. You are present with your whole being, every cell of your body. It is only now that you're truly yourself. When I start writing a talk, I draft up this little affirmation, and my one for writing this was, I sit with the joy of becoming. I sit in hope, peace, love, and joy, and all is well, and so it is. So I'd love you to repeat that with me. I sit with the joy of becoming. I sit with the joy of becoming. I sit in hope, peace, love, and joy. I sit in hope, peace, love, and joy. All is well, and so it is. And another thing I invite each and every one of you to do as you go into reflection is, if you don't already, practice meditation. And most everybody in here, I'm sure, already does it. But I just want you to make a regular practice of it. It makes such a difference. I've had so much time in the last few months, and sometimes I find myself meditating 2-3 hours a day because I just can't get enough. And it's not, I think that affirmative prayer or even any kind of prayer is talking to whatever we call a divine power. But how can that power, how can God answer us if we never shut up? You gotta be quiet and listen to what's coming to you. And so over the holidays, invite people over and celebrate the season. Maybe your only new intention is, I'm going to meditate more, which simply means I'm going to listen more. And if you don't have a purpose for listening and meditating, maybe just sit in stillness and then ask yourself, so what am I feeling? Am I feeling restful? Am I feeling potential? Am I feeling something else? And then just ask yourself, where am I feeling that in my body? And how does that feel? And do I want to carry that forward into my life? And the list goes on and on. We did a meditation class once where we wrote down all these questions of things we wanted. It was called automatic writing or something. I don't know who was in that class. What did we do? We wrote all these questions, and then we went into meditation, and 100% of people got answers to 14% of the questions. So, and the message within that is, you might not get the answer today, but if you take the time to listen, the answers are there. So that brings my message full circle. I reflect back on today, the message that this day, this month, this year, it's just a circle. And my message begins with the awareness of how the power of your word can totally change the meaning of a thought or a conversation. The power of the science of mind reading. And moves into the truth that what you focus on grows. Our mind is incapable of focusing on two opposing thoughts. So focus on peace, love, and joy. And that the gift of time is the greatest gift we have. Gift yourself. So each morning when you get up, you're starting a new cycle. Every day is a new circle. So begin it and end it with gratitude and blessings. Bless this bed. Bless this house. Bless my friends. And gratitude. Thank you for this house. Thank you for my friends. And now it's time to get comfortable, peaceful and quiet. As I close and we contemplate our own awareness, as we receive what we need to hear this morning and release the rest. I'll leave you sit for a moment to digest what you heard, and after a few moments, I'll state the closing affirmation and sing a song to bring us back into the room, into our hearts, and into this day. This day and every day I pause and become aware of the greater good, the greater peace, the greater truth that we are one. I am becoming is my affirmation as I start each new day. I am spiritually aware of my connection to a power greater than I am, and I can use it. I am mentally aware that I can change my thinking and change my life. I am physically aware that I am the gift giving itself to others. The circle begins and ends with gratitude and blessings to all. This morning I acknowledge and send blessings of health, peace and love to all who need to know how important they are, how special they are, how magnificent you are. You are magnificent, and so am I. And so it is. Look up in hope, look up in wonder, where your eyes shine, there your footsteps will follow. Look up in joy, reach out for freedom, where your heart flies now, you'll find yourself tomorrow. If you gaze into the shadows, they may follow you. Looking back, you'll only see what's gone, but gaze into the sky and you'll feel the wings to fly, unfolding from your shoulder blades like petals in the sky. Look up in hope, look up in wonder, where your eyes shine, there your footsteps will follow. Look up in joy, reach out for freedom, where your heart flies now, you'll find yourself tomorrow. I am Reverend Joanne, faith, peace, and love, Boruck, and I leave you with my peace, my love, because love lives here. Have an amazing December and a beautiful New Year until we meet again, and so it is. And now I'd like to ask Reverend Judy to come up and do our closing.
Thank you, Reverend Joanne. That was a marvelous message, as always, and it is so good to have you with us again. But I'm glad you enjoyed a holiday too. So in our closing, first of all, I'm going to ask you to remember Friday night, 7 p.m., our candle lighting service. And secondly, I want us to look at our prosperity affirmation.
Judy, can I ask you a question?
Of course.
Is the announcement about the
Candle lighting service. I haven't seen it online.
No,
it hasn't been posted
No.
yet? Okay.
is it going to be?
yes. All right, our prosperity affirmation, if you'd repeat with me. Today I live in gratitude, knowing that spirit is limitless and my experience of it is limitless. I give freely. I am open to a free flow of good to me, through me, and from me. I feel truly blessed, and so it is. And if those of you who are here, if you choose to share with the center, just come up and put your envelope in the basket when we're finished here. And if you're at home, you know the ways you can give through our Facebook page, through our website, by sending a check, or by phoning and asking when someone will be here to receive it. And now our closing affirmation together. Joyously I go about the work of the Spirit, which is my indwelling truth. All that I do is blessed and prospered, and my very existence is a blessing to my family, my community, and my world. With gratitude, I acknowledge good in all my affairs, and so it is. And I'm going to ask practitioner intern Gord Himmelgarn to come up here and do our closing treatment.
Well, thank you everybody for showing up today. What a wonderful treat it is to see all of you. It just definitely fills my day. So I give great thanks for all that you are and all that you bring to this world. I know Spirit is operating in you, as you, and through you every day. Thank you for the blessing that you bring to me, each and every one. And so it is.
So it is.